3, 2, 1, blast off. That's what we're going to do in this video. Let's go.
Hello.
Welcome back to a Gemma Ronaldo podcast. If you've never seen our faces or if you're listening to us, heard our voices before, my name's Gemma.
My name's Matt.
And we are a husband and wife team with our little bubba, Savannah. And we cover all Orlando attractions and beyond, I would say.
Yeah.
As we're about to infinity and beyond and all that.
Okay, yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of space puns in this video. Yeah. Really sorry about the last couple of weeks. We've both been quite poorly. So is Savannah, and really busy as well. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see, let me move my mic. We have merch. Look at this. I'm wearing the hoodie, but it's absolutely massive on me. I normally wear an XL, but I thought, I better size up and get the double XL, and the double XL ended up being too big. So if you do want to buy them, they are on our YouTube shop. Just make sure you get the regular size that you are, rather than sizing up or sizing down. You're wearing a small, aren't
small,
you?
is it? Oh.
Yes.
Fit all right, is it?
It fits lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely. We'll probably be wearing that when we go in September.
Maybe.
What? Yes, you will. You will be wearing it. I won't be wearing this hoodie. It'd be too hot. But yeah, so if you do want to buy some merch in our YouTube shop, we also have the digital planner as well. That's going to be really handy for everybody. I have a physical version of it. We only have the digital version out at the minute, only because I'm trying to source at the moment. I'm trying to source a cheaper supplier to get the planners made physically, because that one cost me £50 and I don't really want to charge you all £50.
Much?
Yeah, £50.
What?
To have that planner, that physical planner made.
Oh, the planner. Oh,
the physical planner made. Sorry. So yeah. Why is our door open, by the way? We've got the door open. We normally shut it, don't we?
Right.
Oh, it'll be fine. So if you do want to get the digital version of the planner, it's got everything you could possibly want. I do need to update it a little bit, but with the new attractions that we're covering and the new rides that are coming out in the parks and stuff like that. But it's just under £10 on our YouTube shop. So grab that. It's like 100 odd pages. It's insane, isn't it? The planner.
It's amazing though.
I worked so hard on that and I'm so proud of it. So I found it's super, super helpful. So yeah, if you do want to grab that, it is just £10. Well, under £10 actually. I think it's £9.96 or something like that. Anyway, so this week we are covering
Kennedy Space Centre.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I need to say Cape Canaveral then.
Yes.
I was thinking it's Cape Canaveral.
We had this conversation earlier, didn't we? And he was like, it's in Cape Canaveral. I was like, no, it's not. It's in Titusville.
I always thought that Cape Canaveral is where the Kennedy Space Centre is.
It's in Titusville.
Titus. Oh, okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm really sorry, but if you're not British, you probably won't find that very funny. But if you are British, then
Titusville.
I
wonder if the Hooters in Titusville.
I imagine there probably is.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get on with it before we go into.
Or a strip bar.
Matthew.
Sorry.
Family content.
Sorry, I apologise.
Anyway, before we get into the Kennedy Space Centre, there is so much, by the way, I found. Like, we went there, me and my family went years ago. I don't really remember it, but I remember there being a launch.
Really?
Yeah.
What year then?
I can't remember. I think it was 96, maybe. There was a launch, I believe. Well, this is what my mum tells me anyway, and this is information from my mum and my dad, actually. Okay. But yeah, I don't really remember it, but I imagine it's over the years that you've been as well, haven't you?
I went
years
in
ago.
either 91 or 92, I can't remember what year it was, but all I remember was someone told me that the massive building where they actually keep the space shuttle in, that is a massive American flag on the side of the building.
Yes, I believe that's still there.
Yeah, and there's 52 stars of it. No, 50 stars, is there?
50.
50 stars.
Yeah.
And apparently one of the stars is the size of a man.
That's insane.
So just imagine there's 50 of them, so it's quite a large. I'm pretty sure it was once the largest building in the world.
Well, I'm sure it's not now.
I don't know, but I'm sure at one point it was the largest building in the world.
That's interesting. Matt's fact of the week. Sorry, I might do a little bit there.
I might be wrong, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Well, we'll go into that more in a minute.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But we'll do the Orlando news. There's a little bit of news this week. So Disney are doing they had these H2O Glow after hours event at Typhoon Lagoon last year.
Okay.
And it was quite successful, so they've started doing it again. They're going to start from select nights from May the 25th to August the 23rd. Tickets aren't on sale yet. They go on sale on March the 22nd. So if you do want to do that and you do want to check if that's when you're visiting, it looks really cool. There's all like glow themed snacks. There's like DJs and things like that. It's kind of like a pool party kind of vibe. A bit like Aquatica's movie nights, really. But yeah. I would advise, if you do want to get tickets for this, they will sell out quite quickly. Go get a VPN and go on the US version of the Disney World site to book the tickets, because you're gonna you'll get in the queue quicker, really, rather than, because they'll roll it out to all the Americans before they roll it out to the rest of the world. So yeah, that's the news with Disney this week. Sounds like fun. Not going to be there when we go. It's going to be finished, but we weren't planning on doing Typhoon Lagoon anyway, was we?
No.
So
I think we are planning to do at least one of the water parks, Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach.
Well, it'll only be Typhoon Lagoon that's open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're opening Blizzard Beach in the winter, and like from October, I think, and then
well, it's free though, isn't it? It's part of the package.
Well, it's part of our Disney tickets.
So
yeah, it's in with our
pretty
Disney
more likely
tickets.
when I go there if it's free. I'm not going to pay an extra like $30-40 to go to the water park. So yeah, so more likely we go to Typhoon Lagoon.
Epic Universe has got a big update. So yeah.
Is it opening then?
So it's still open in 2025. So it's not going to be. I reckon it'll probably be open in September 2025 by the sounds of it. However, the dueling coaster. A dueling coaster where it's two and you sort of go really close to each other and
like you swap like that, go like that.
Yeah, kind of those kind of things.
A bit like the Smiler. They cross today?
No, they don't cross. No,
I'm sure the coaster in this country you cross at some point.
I don't know, actually. I'll have to have a look into that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Starfall Racers, the coaster cars have arrived, and there'll be a picture up as we're talking.
Sorry?
It's called Starfall Racers.
Oh, Starfall. Skyfall.
No, Starfall Racers. Looks really cool. I'm still trying to get him to book a 2025 trip, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Sorry, off subject. I'm surprised has no one done like a ride, a James Bond theme ride yet.
Probably because the rights are too expensive, I imagine.
Well, it's MGM. MGM was in Disney years ago.
Yeah, but they haven't got that contract anymore.
I know that, but are you not surprised? Like, obviously, like it has to be like a ride for a James Bond ride.
I'm not actually, to be fair. I think if it was going to be in any park, it would be in an English park.
Yeah, I understand that, but still, like, it's massive. Quite, yeah. Okay, sorry.
SeaWorld are celebrating 60 years this year. 60 years since San Diego first opened its doors, not the Orlando one, although the Orlando park is joining in the celebrations. It's a year-long celebration. Starts on March the 21st. You've got all the old characters that you can meet, like Shamu. They've got the Shamu in a costume, and Sydney the Shark. And I remember those characters from years ago, actually. I remember milling around.
Shamu, is it?
Yeah. I remember seeing Shamu years ago.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
But yeah, their 60th anniversary, that should be really good, with Penguin Trek opening in the summer.
Penguins,
yeah. I told you about the roller coaster that's opening in the Penguin exhibit.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So that'll be really cool. And also, I have some news about Aquatica as well while we're here.
Okay.
Tassie's Twist, you know that immersive slide where you go down into the bowl, and I said to you, there's a new one. Yeah. You go into the bowl and it's all like music and fish and all that, so it feels like you're underwater.
Yeah.
That's opening today, March the 15th. So it's open today.
So we open when we get there then.
Oh yes,
okay,
yes, good. And obviously the hype would have died down as well. But yeah, Tassie's Underwater Twist is now open. So if you're heading to Aquatica in the next couple of weeks, we're going to try and look for some POVs, see what it's actually like. and we'll keep you posted. But yeah, that is the news this week. Quite a lot.
Yeah, very.
Compared to last week's episode, or well, let's say this week's episode, because you're getting 2 episodes out of us this week. I've just put up International Drive Part 3, which is about a 10-minute episode. Literally, it was like there was nothing down that end of International Drive. But anyway,
apart from hotels and
yes.
That was it, really. Hotels, wasn't it? And car parks.
And car parks. And a lot of land for SeaWorld. Okay, so we're going to go on to the Kennedy Space Centre now. Location is just under an hour's drive from iDrive. I'll put a map up here.
That's not far, is it, really, is it?
No, it was about the same distance to Busch Gardens. Yeah, it's about that. So, you know, I feel like it's a good one to visit if you've got kids or even adults that are really interested in space. And
I think it's more for like maybe early teenagers who are interested in space, like 12, 13-year-olds.
You would think that, but there is a lot there, which I'm going to dive into in a minute.
Yeah,
There's a lot there for little kids as well.
If you look at like someone like, I don't know, like a 6, 7-year-old, they're not really interested in that kind of things because they're not really like interested in that kind of things. But like 10, 12, 13, 14-year-old would be more interested in it than like
maybe. So the Kennedy Space Centre is organised into mission zones, they call them. So this is different areas of the visitors complex.
How many areas are there?
There's a lot. So the first one is they're grouped by chronological era. So they'll start off like really old, and then they'll move into all the new stuff that's coming up and future plans and stuff like that. You can find out all about that.
So you're going back from like the 50s, going up to now,
Up to now, yeah. So the first section is Heroes and Legends section. So you get to go through the early space missions. There's some shows with that as well. And you've got the US Astronaut Hall of Fame. So all of the US astronauts that have ever worked for NASA, they'll be in there. And it's obviously
like Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, all of the people.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
About you.
Yeah, that's about all I know.
I'm sure there's a lot more, but I don't know their names.
And then there's an immersive show called All Systems A Go. Now this is an immersive like experience with like puppets and the Peanuts characters. So Snoopy and Charlie Brown and all of that. So really good actually for like younger kids to learn like about the history of space and how they got up there and stuff like that as well. But so that's that section. So that's obviously the past.
Yeah.
Moving into Behind the Gates. So this is a bus tour. You go into the restricted sections of the Kennedy Space Centre and they tell you all about what goes on here, what goes on there, those kind of things. You can get a more in-depth tour with a space expert, and you get loads of like rare photo opportunities that you wouldn't get on the normal bus tour.
Okay, so is a price in it in there?
Yes, there is a price in that. Yeah,
yes.
So adults are $25.
That's not too bad.
And kids are $19, age 3 to 11. I don't think that's too bad for like some epic photo opportunities. If you're really interested in space and space exploration, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's not a bad price, is it? Really?
There is another one. This is like a whole day tour thing.
Yeah.
It's called Fly with an Astronaut. So you get a NASA veteran astronaut take you round. It's a private like group tour, like so I think maximum they can have is 43 people.
Yeah.
In one day tour. You get a private tour around the Heroes and Legends. You get the private bus tour with Behind the Gates. You get a lunch as well.
Okay.
You also get Space Shuttle Atlantis, which is another section I'll go on to in a minute. A guided tour and private viewing of the shows that they have there. And then you can board the shuttle launch experience again, which I'll go on to later on, because everyone can do that. But this particular experience, you get to go on it with a veteran astronaut that will actually do it all properly and show you exactly how a launch works and stuff like that. It's a simulator. It's a little bit like Mission Space.
So you actually move like you sit back like that and you move. Oh, okay.
With a veteran astronaut. So it's very pricey.
It's the whole day, is it?
It's pretty much the whole day, but you get to explore the other bits and stuff by yourself as well.
Then?
So it's adults are $206 and kids age 2 to 11 are $181.
Okay, so sorry, how much is the entry to the actual park itself?
I did not check that. I will have to check that. I'll put it down here.
So when you say, to be fair,
I think it's about $40-$50 to get in.
Same as like average price for getting the part then.
But with that Fly of an Astronaut, your admission ticket is included in the price.
Oh,
so you don't have to pay. It's the day ticket and the tour.
Say for instance the part ticket's like $50. That's $206. So literally, okay, I got you.
Yeah. It's included.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next thing is the Apollo/Saturn V Center. So, Race to the Moon. That's a kind of immersive thing where you can see all like a bit like that the Science Museum had all those interactive exhibit things that they used to have. I don't know if you remember years ago. I think they still do.
Science Museum?
In London. You ever been to the Science Museum in London? What?
No, I haven't.
What? You've never been to the Science Museum in London? Well, we're
Where is it?
It's not far from the Natural History Museum. It's around the corner.
No, I've never been there.
Oh, it's so good. I went on there on loads of school trips. It's great.
I've been to the Natural History Museum.
I've never been in there, actually, to be fair.
Well,
anyway.
There you go. I've been there 3 times.
We'll have to go there for a day out in London with Savannah then, won't we? So you can do all the interactive exhibits and stuff like that. And then you can walk underneath a real Saturn V rocket. So that's a bit like what you were speaking about at the beginning with the big ship.
Well, until the other day, it was the most powerful rocket ever made.
Wow.
Until like yesterday or the day before, SpaceX launched a rocket.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and that was the most powerful rocket ever.
Wow.
So what we now 2024?
Yeah.
And that was the most powerful rocket. Saturn V was 1969, I think it was. So it's like nearly
50 odd years.
50 odd years, yeah.
You can also, there's also loads of other exhibits as well with the parts, and it tells you how they made the Saturn V rocket and stuff like that as well. And then you've got Apollo 8 and the firing room. So it's a theatre, and you sit down, and it's got the control room. The big control room where they launch all the things off, and they simulate an actual launch, but how you see it from the perspective of the people in the control room. So I think that'd be quite interesting. Yeah. So that's that bit. And then the next mission zone is Path to the Moon. So they've got exhibits showcasing accomplishments of Apollo missions 7 to 10. So these are all, I assume they're the more recent ones. I'm not very spacey.
These are Apollo missions 7 to 10. Obviously, they prepped the missions afterwards. So Apollo 7 to 10 were like they flew to the moon but didn't land on the moon.
Right.
So obviously went round the moon, back again, put a lander down there but didn't put a man down there. So
right. So they're unmanned.
Unmanned. It's a bit like a prep for it until obviously Apollo 11.
Right. Okay. See, this is why I'm married to him. He knows all of this kind of stuff. I think it was
anyway. But I mean, this is like back in the 60s, so.
Well, he knows all this kind of stuff. And then you've got Moonscape, which is exhibits surrounding the moon landing. You've got interactive exhibits and stuff like that as well. So I think that will be a lot of people's knowledge.
Yeah.
Really, the moon landing, because we all know about the moon landing, don't we?
Or if it happened.
Stupid conspiracy theories. Okay, and then you've got exploring the moon. So that's exhibits regarding how we moved around and how they explored the moon. And you can do exhibits where you can see if how a golf ball would have like if they played golf on the moon.
They did.
They did?
They did, yeah.
Oh. Wob.
I think it's Apollo 12.
But you can actually in this exhibit you can actually do it simulate did the golf ball.
Is it Apollo 12 or I know Apollo 13 they didn't land on the moon. They had problems in their space capsule thing, but it was Apollo 14 or 15 they actually played golf on the moon. Because I think the moon's got like 6 times less gravity than the Earth.
Yeah.
So if you jump,
takes you forever.
Well, yeah, it's like you're basically jumping for 4 or 5 seconds and you fall down again.
Yeah.
You land, shall I say.
And then you've got, and I thought this was a film, and it is a film. The Brad Pitt film. I think it's Brad Pitt.
Ad Astra.
Yes. There's an exhibit called Ad Astra per Aspera. It's a tribute to the fallen Apollo 1 astronauts. So I assume that Ad Astra was a retelling of that story.
No? Ad Astra was like a future film.
Oh.
He went to like Saturn, I think, or something like that. He by himself.
Oh.
It's quite a few years. I don't know. I can't remember that film.
But yeah, that's a tribute to the fallen Apollo 1 astronauts. And then you've got the lunar.
Oh, that's where they got.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, that's where they got. No, I'm gonna say it.
No, go on.
I think they're testing their capsule in Earth, and a fire broke out.
Oh no.
And all 3 of them died, I think.
Oh, that's really sad.
I'm not too sure.
What, they didn't even get up there?
No, they're tested in NASA, like on the ground.
Oh, that's really sad.
I'm sure I might be wrong, but
oh, that's
sure.
really sad. Oh, that's really sad. Lunar Theatre, so you can go and sit in there and watch the moon landing and relive it again if you were alive when that happened. I'm sure a lot of people probably weren't alive now.
What's that?
1969. I mean, my mum was just born. My dad was only 5.
My dad was like 13, 14, I think.
Oh, your dad would have remembered it then. We'll remember it then.
Yeah, might have done, yeah.
And then you've got the Apollo Treasures Gallery, so you can see an actual Apollo spacecraft and loads of artifacts around the Apollo stuff. And then you've got the Moon Tree Garden. So this is interesting. I thought this was quite interesting because it's you can see trees that are descendants of the seeds that were taken to the moon.
Okay.
And obviously loads of statues and things like that. But I thought that bit was quite interesting.
Quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And then you've got this mission zone is the fun bit for the kids. So all of that back there was more for the people that are really interested in space and actually like museums and things like that. So this is all the interactive.
It's all the rides.
Yeah, well, there's not many rides, but Space Shuttle Atlantis, there is a lot of interactive exhibits here, so the kids are gonna love this. And then you've got the Hubble Space Telescope Theatre, which is a show detailing how the astronauts fought to save the telescope in the 90s.
When it broke. That was.
Yeah.
I think they launched it in 92 or 93, but there's a massive problem with it, so they sent astronauts up there and sort it out. Yeah,
that's a show detailing how they did it, how they fixed it, basically. And then you've got astronaut training simulators where the kids can, like, or even adults are can learn to land space shuttles through control.
Okay, that sounds good.
It sounds really, really cool. And then you've got the Forever Remembered. So this is a memorial honouring the astronauts that were lost during the Challenger and Columbia missions. So that's a nice memorial. I think it was a nice little touch. And then you've got the ISS Triumph of Technology. So this is an immersive experience. It basically takes you into what it would be like to live on the International Space Station. So the gravity bits and
You can float.
Yeah, all things like that.
You can't do that.
You can. It's an immersive experience, and obviously all
immersive.
Yeah,
you actually float. Then you start.
I think you do.
No, you don't. The only way you float if you go on a massive jet plane, go up and down.
No, it's in a simulator. They must have a simulator.
You don't float naturally, do you?
No.
Zero gravity, do you?
Well, anyway, this next bit is what I was just talking about in the Flow of an Astronaut tour, the shuttle launch experience. It's a simulation. Now, I don't know what this is like, but I imagine it is similar to Mission Space in Epcot.
Oh, I didn't like that.
You did not like that.
No.
You didn't like that.
No.
I loved that ride. It was fun. But yeah, I imagine it's very much like that. It looks really cool. I'll put a picture up here. You can see what goes on there. There is more. Okay. So much more. Now, the next mission zone is NASA Now and Next. So this is all their future plans, what they're planning to do. All the missions they're planning, whether they'll happen or not is another matter, but you've got Gateway, which is the Deep Space Launch Complex, which is all like prototypes and all the futuristic stuff.
Okay.
So I think that'd be quite interesting. And then you've got the Spaceport Kennedy Space Center, which is a motion theatre ride, so like a 4D theatre kind of thing.
Okay, sounds cool.
Got 4 different locations. You can go to Mars, you can go Saturn. I think there's one that's a show Saturn as well. So yeah, that sounds really cool as well. And then you've got Journey to Mars. So this is exhibits detailing the future plans for Mars missions, because I know they're really into that at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you've got, for the kids, for ages 2 to 12, Planet Play, which is a massive soft play area. It is huge.
Really?
It's huge. You can they've got pretend Saturn rings and pretend spaceships and things that you can do like that. So if you want to let your kids get out some energy, stick them in there, because there is a nice little space for adults that I'll go into in the dining.
Put them in there, just don't lose them.
Yeah, don't lose your children. And then you've got they've got a new concept vehicle, and this is really new for this year. The Mars Rover Vehicle Navigator. So that's the newest concept vehicle, so you can have a look at that.
Oh,
and
you can't ride it, Joe. Look at it.
No, you can just have a look at it and see what it's about. And then you've got an IMAX theatre, which is like space movies and all the like. I mean, everyone's been to an IMAX.
Wait, you got a cinema there?
Yeah.
So what kind of films are there then?
Like space films, like not actual films, but like space like documentary. Things.
I mean, like proper films like Apollo 13. But I mean, why would I play?
Armageddon.
Yeah, no, Armageddon. Oh, actually, you might be a lot nasty.
But you could be sat there for 2 hours. Be shut.
That's what I asked you for.
They're like 8 to 10 minute
films.
films.
Okay, that's why I asked you for. IMAX. Yeah. Go on.
Excuse me. Still a bit poorly. Mission status briefing, which is current missions and operatives at the Kennedy Space Center, so you can see what they're doing currently. So that's all the mission zones. There's a lot.
There is, yeah.
There's a lot. But I'm just about to go on to dining. There are so many dining options throughout the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex.
Any Mars food in there?
You what?
Any Mars food?
I will get onto that.
Oh, there is.
I will get onto that.
I was actually joking, but
no,
there
no.
is. Okay, what about moon food?
No, I don't think there is. So you've got the Orbit Cafe, which is burgers, pizza, your American stuff. Then you've got Space Bowl Bistro, which is like salads and savoury bowls, obviously like Space Bowls. You've got the Moon Rock.
Oh, there you go,
Moon Rock Cafe. Which is American. And you've got the IMAX Snacks, which is like your popcorn and fizzy drinks and you've got, this is the one, you stick your kids in the play area, right, and you can go and have a nice coffee, beer or wine, or go to the bar. There's it's called the Planet Play Lounge.
I don't think that's quite...
It's for parents to watch their kids in the soft play.
I don't think that's quite
it looks really cool.
That's quite sensible for like just take your kid in the soft play and have a beer.
We're British, that's what we do. If we take our kids down a pub and just stick them in the play area.
When did we took the kid down a pub?
Because she's not old enough yet. When she's old enough,
do that anyway.
Why not?
Because it's wrong.
What about pub lunch or something like that? You know.
Well, if you're driving, yes. But one
of us would be driving, wouldn't we?
I know, but just seems like. Oh, okay.
Anywho, and then you've got this is a extra add-on that you can get. This is Chat with an Astronaut. So you get food and drink. It's like a group Q&A with an astronaut. A veteran astronaut.
Okay.
Reservation, and it is an additional ticket on top of your day ticket.
Buzz, were we there?
I doubt it.
I hope not, because he might punch you.
What?
Did you hear that story?
No.
Years ago.
No.
He punched someone, didn't he, in public?
Did he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, some I don't know, journalist or some person in public, obviously.
What, Paps?
Eh?
What, paparazzi?
No, it was a journalist or like a public person. Said to him, the moon landing was fake, so he punched him.
Oh.
Did you hear about that?
No.
It was years ago though. Like 10,
wait, he's like in his he's
like,
really old now.
He's like 90, but this is like 10, 15 years ago.
Wait, so he was like 80 odd when he did this?
Like 35, 80.
Oh, Jesus wept. Okay, yeah, but that's $50 for adults and $35 for kids aged 3 to 11. I don't think that's too bad if you if you're into that. You've got Red Rock Grill, which is hot dogs.
I've got to try a hot dog out there.
You know, I had a hot dog out there, didn't I? They were good. They were good. And then you've got Milky Way, which is an ice cream place, which they've got Space Dots Martian Rocks flavour. Now, I don't know what that tastes like, but they're apparently meant to resemble Martian rocks. Like they stick it in your ice. It's like a topping for your ice cream. So, yeah, that was what I said.
I was about to say, they're not actually Martian Rocks, are they?
No. And then you have a Starbucks.
Oh.
Always a Starbucks in America, isn't it? Never a Costa.
Costa's out there, are they?
I know, I'm gutted really. I like Costa. Anyway, and then you've got shopping. Oh my God, it just goes on. It's like a theme park, isn't it? Now.
Yeah, it is.
I guarantee, like when we went like 30 odd years ago, there wasn't this much to do.
No, when I went, I'm pretty sure we spent the whole day there. I'm pretty sure we did.
You can imagine, you definitely would need the whole day, I think, with all this stuff to do.
Yeah.
I think you would need the whole day. Anyway, shops. Space Shop, which is flagship Kennedy Space Centre merch, so T-shirts, all of the like. Then you've got the right stuff, which is moon landing souvenirs and things like that. And then you've got Shuttle Express, which is like shuttle gifts and the like. So those are the 3 shops. So there's 3 merchandise shops there. And that is the Kennedy Space Centre done.
Lots.
So much to do there. I was so surprised.
I've got to admit, I'll be more interested in the museum side of things, I think.
Yeah, I think I would be too. I would also be interested in like the future plans, like seeing what they've got planned.
Yeah.
Even if it never comes to fruition, like just to say that you've been there and you've seen, oh, they're looking at doing this or they're looking at doing that in the next like 10, 15 years. That would interest me a lot. And obviously the simulations and the motion thing, immersive stuff I love.
I mean, if I had a choice between going there to do the simulation stuff or the museum stuff, it'd be the museum stuff, because I'd be more interested in that than do another simulator.
I know.
Pretty much like back at Disney or Universal. Do you know what I mean?
It's a shame we're not doing it this time around. Maybe in a few years, maybe we'll end up going for 3 weeks and we'll actually have the time to do it.
3 weeks? You win the lottery, are you? 3 weeks.
We might actually have time to do it, but I think if you're really interested in this kind of stuff, or want someone in your family is, I think you should definitely do it. I definitely think it's worth doing. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, because there is so much to do there.
I think if you do it, I think you've got to sacrifice like maybe one of the water parks.
Yeah, or even Busch Gardens, I would say either Busch Gardens or Kennedy Space Centre.
I'll still go for Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I would still pick Busch Gardens.
But I mean, if you say, for instance, like people like us, say we go again, like 2-3 years time, we can maybe skip like,
because we've done it.
We could skip like one of the water parks, like Aquatica or
Volcano
Bay. We could even skip possibly maybe Animal Kingdom.
I don't think I'd want to skip that, because by the time we go, they might have the new lands.
Maybe, but say nothing's changed at Animal Kingdom. You've been there twice. It's the same thing. So maybe you can skip that. Obviously, you're not going to skip Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios. Maybe you can skip Epcot actually, maybe. Yeah, I could skip Epcot. Because it's only really what, 1 or 2 rides there, really?
Yeah, but also the Around the World thing's cool. But I mean, there is a lot outside of Orlando that is like a short drive away that you can do, and that brings me very nicely onto next week's episode.
I have no idea what it is.
I know you don't. I'm about to tell you.
It's the same. Good or bad?
It's a Merlin park. It's a Merlin park. In Florida, by the way.
I don't know what it is.
Legoland.
Oh.
We're going to do Legoland.
Where's Legoland then?
I don't know, because I've never been.
No, but is it actually in Orlando?
It's in Florida. I don't think it's too far out of Florida.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
do you mean Orlando, not Florida?
It's in Florida. It's called Legoland Florida. It's not called Legoland Orlando or Legoland whatever. It's called Legoland Florida.
But it's quite a big state, Florida.
I know that. Let me have a look quick.
No.
It's 45 minutes.
From where?
From the Orlando theme parks. Winter Haven. It's in Winter Haven.
So is it Tampa then?
It's 45 minutes from the Orlando theme parks or downtown Tampa.
So I don't know what that is.
Let's have a look.
Is it north or south then?
Well, here's Winter Haven. It's not far from us.
So it's
in our villa in Davenport.
So it's south from Orlando, and it is east. No, sorry. No, east from Tampa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we might have to split that one into 3 episodes. I'll do research and I'll let you know next week. But I'll do Legoland next week, and then because there's a water park and there's
3 parks there.
Peppa Pig World, There's Peppa Pig World as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's not as good as I've heard that it's not as good as the Peppa Pig World in Portons Park.
But you also remember it's not really popular in America. Peppa Pig,
it's very popular, Peppa Pig.
Oh, is it?
Very popular.
Okay.
People love Peppa out there. So next week we're going to do Legoland. So we'll get the research done on that one, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.